Hi everyone, today we are going to discuss about very important phylum, that is Arthropoda. Arthropoda is the largest phylum compared with other animals. 80% of animals are belongs to Arthropoda. Arthropoda, whatever insects are observed around us, everything is Arthropoda. So that Arthropoda, out of 5, 4 animals are Arthropoda only. Around us we will observe lot of insects, different various types of insects also. That insects are all insects are belongs to Arthropoda. So that Arthropoda is the largest phylum in animal kingdom compared with the other animal. The most of the animals having in Arthropoda. Okay, what are the main characteristics of Arthropoda? Arthas means joints. Podas means foot. Okay, these Arthropodas having what? Joint foods. Okay, these Arthropodas having what? Giant foot. Okay, so that Arthropoda having what? So the legs are what? Joint. Okay, joint foods like this. These are joints is there. Okay, so that it is called Arthropoda. That means in these animals we will observe what? Joint legs, joint appendages. That is why we can call Arthropoda. In Arthropoda, one more important characteristic, we will observe exoskeleton system. That means we are observing outside the body only skeleton system. An internal skeleton system is absent. So that internal bones is absent. So that externally it is covered with what? Chitinous skeleton system. Okay, that is also one more important characteristics of Arthropoda. Okay, and these are common characteristics of bilateral, symmetrical and coelometa organisms. And one more character, ecdysis. Ecdysis means what? Molting. They are showing what? Molting character. What is the meaning of molting? Whatever exoskeleton system is there, that is periodically shedding from body, removing from body, shedding, just like a snake. Okay, snake is also remove their skin periodically. Okay, so that same as it is, these animals also, whatever it is covered with exoskeleton system, that exoskeleton system is periodically removed from the body. That is we can call what? Especially for shedding and ecdysis or molting. Ecdysis or molting, that process of shedding exoskeleton system, whatever chitinous layer, that is we can call what? Especially for, okay, and that is we can call especially for molting or, okay, ecdysis. Now we are going to discuss about other characteristics, the important characteristics of Arthropoda. Okay, if you want to observe other characteristics of Arthropoda, first of all, the Arthropoda name coined by the scientist name is what? In 1845 to 1850, between he given the name of Arthropoda. Arthropoda is a Greek word. It is a Greek word. Who coined the name of Arthropoda? Carl Theodor Ernest von Siebold. Okay, the scientist name is, try to remember, Carl Theodor Ernest von Siebold is the scientist name. He given the name, he coined the name of what? Especially for Arthropoda. Arthropoda is a Greek word. In that two words is there. One is arthos and poda. Okay, it is a Greek word. In the two words is there. One is arthos and second one is podas. Arthos means what? Joint foot or appendages. Joint foot or appendages. So that it is called Arthropoda. That means in these animals we will observe which type of character? Joint foots. Okay, so that is called Arthropoda. Okay, here the scientist name already von Siebold. Try to remember the name. Full name is Carl Theodor Ernest von Siebold. He coined the name of what? Arthropoda. Okay, here already we learned this is the largest phylum. Why? Because it is called largest phylum. The 80% of what? 80% of animals out of 100, 80% of animals are belongs to what? Arthropoda. Remaining 20%, namely remaining phylums is there. Okay, so that so many animals, it is occupied most of insects only. So that 80% of what animals are belongs to Arthropoda. And already general characteristics, bilaterally symmetrical. What is bilaterally symmetrical? Already we know the animal longitudinally it is divided into two equal parts. Okay, this part equal, this is equal. Okay, it is equally divided into two parts longitudinally. So that is called bilaterally symmetrical organism. Triploblastic, 3 germ layers. In that also we will observe 3 germ layers. What are they? Ecto, meso and endoderm. Okay, so that we will observe 3 germ layers. And coelomate, body cavity. The body cavity we can call in some of the arthropods we can call schizocoelomate. That means whatever mesoderm is there, especially for in cavity. Okay, it divide into branches. Schizo means branches. Divided into 2 branches, so that you can call schizocoelomate. True coelomate organism having cavity, body cavity. Okay, so the true coelomate organisms these are. And exoskeleton system, this is very important. Exoskeleton system, we will observe which type of skeleton system. Exoskeleton system. Endoskeleton system, that means inside the body what is absent? Bones are absent. That means we are observed only in outside the body. That is the main characteristics of arthropoda. In arthropoda, okay, we will observe external exoskeleton system with which type of exoskeleton system? Chitinous layers. Chitinous exoskeleton system we will observe in outside the body. And internal exoskeleton system is absent. Bones are absent in internal. Okay, only outside the body, only covering with what? Exoskeleton system. And the chitinous exoskeleton system, what is the use of this chitinous layer in outside the body? The chitinous layer is useful for 2 functions. One is give the protection to the internal parts, and also it prevent the loss of water from the body. It prevent the loss of water from the body. Okay, so that is the main. That means exoskeleton system is covered with chitinous layer. That chitinous layer is useful to give the protection to the internal organs and also prevent the loss of water from their body. That is also use of what arthropoda's exoskeleton system. And already we learned molting and ecdysis. What is it? Whatever exoskeleton system is there, that chitinous layer, that is slowly, periodically removed from the body. Shedding. Okay, so that we have to use the word shed. Okay, it is removed just like a snake. It is a snake is removing their skin periodically. Same as it is, this is also removing their skin, their exoskeleton system. So that this ecdysis or molting process is useful for increase the growth rate of the arthropoda. Okay, so that it is ecdysis also useful for growth of the arthropoda. Okay, that is also very important. Now, the body divided into 3 parts, segmented. First of all, these are segmented organisms, and the body divided into 3 regions or 3 parts. What are they? For example, if you observe it there, here, in this arthropoda, we will observe particularly head. Head is developed head. In second part, we can call thorax, and third part we can call abdomen. If you observe it there, here, head, the body divided into head, thorax and abdomen. So this is very important. We will observe in this type of what, especially when we are discussing about Periplaneta americana cockroach. In this organism, we will observe easily this. That means in arthropoda's body divided into 3 regions. One is head, thorax, and this region we can call abdomen region. So that head, thorax and abdomen region. Head is body divided into 3 parts. Okay, head, thorax and abdomen. That is remember, okay, very very important. And the joint appendages, already we learnt about what. In that body, which type of muscle? First time we will observe. Porifera we are not observed. Coelenterata, Ctenophora, Platyhelminthes, Nematohelminthes, we are not observed these type of striated muscle. First time we are observed striated muscles in arthropoda only. That means which are in straight. Already we learnt about what are 3 types of muscles: striated, non-striated and cardiac muscle. In these animals, arthropodas, we will observe what? Striated muscle. First time in arthropoda only we will observe what? striated muscles which are useful for locomotion. Which are useful for locomotion, moving one place to another place. And this whatever cavity is there, the cavity filled with hemocoel. Okay, hemocoel, cavity filled with what? Hemolymph, just like a water-like substance. Hemolymph. That means whatever cavity is there, that cavity we can call hemocoel. The hemocoel filled with what? Hemolymph. And respiratory organs are, in this we will observe various types of respiratory organs. I am told already 80% of animals are what belongs to arthropoda. In this arthropoda, millions of, especially right now also we don't know some names also. Okay, 80% of animals are belongs to arthropoda. In this arthropoda, animals are, especially for respiratory organs, are big book gills, book lungs. The shape is like a book. Okay, book lungs and trachea. Okay. And these are respiratory organs. Gills also we will observe in some type of animals. So that this type of respiratory organs we will observe, especially for in arthropoda. Okay, especially in respiratory pigment we can call hemocyanin. That means that fluid contains what? Copper. In some organisms, respiratory pigment is hemocyanin. Why? Because hemocyanin contains what? Copper. Okay, so that we remember that point also very important. And very important about arthropoda. In this arthropoda we will observe which type of circulatory system? Open type of circulatory system. There is no blood vessels. Blood vessels are absent. Blood circulates inside the body cavity. So that we can call open type of circulatory system. We will observe in arthropoda. In Annelida, closed type of circulatory system. In this arthropoda, open type of circulatory system we will observe in arthropoda. Okay. And nervous system. Here also we will observe same type of Annelida. How Annelida nervous system is developed, same as it is nervous system is developed in this arthropoda. Which type of nervous system we will observe in arthropoda? In arthropoda we will observe ventral nervous system, ventral side. Okay, ventral side means if you observe the lateral region of the animal, for example this is the lateral region, side region, we will observe ventral nervous system. Here also we will observe nerve ring and developed what? Just like a nervous system, but which type of nervous system? Nerves, nerve cord, everything we will observe. But this is ventral side. We will observe ventral nervous system. What type of nervous system we will observe? Ventral nervous system we will observe in arthropoda. Same as it is like Annelida, nerve ring, nerve cord, ventral nerve cord, and nerves we will observe in this animal. Same as it is like Annelida. Okay. And sensory organs, well developed sensory organs. What is the use of sensory organ? Useful for detect what? Some sensations, some stimulus, external changes. Okay. These sensory organs in these animals we will observe antennas. The head is what? Well developed. Sensory organs also well developed. Okay. We will observe compound eyes and simple eyes in these animals. And the statocystis, that means what? Which is the balanced what? Balanced body. Okay, balanced equilibrium. Statocystis also we will observe in this animal. That means sensory, well developed sensory organs are developed in arthropoda. Okay, and excretion takes place. How excretion takes place in these animals? In these animals, excretion takes place through with Malpighian tubules. Okay, Malpighian tubules, just like a tubule-like structure. Malpighian tubules and green glands and coxal glands. We will observe in these animals which type of what? Excretory organs, Malpighian tubules, green glands and coxal glands. And these are dioecious animals. What is the meaning of dioecious animals? Means what? Okay, these are what? Unisexual animals. Unisexual. What is the meaning of unisexual? Male and female reproductive system is separated. So that is called unisexual animals. Okay. Fertilization is internal. Internal fertilization. Fusion of male and female gametes occurs in inside the body. Internal fertilization. Okay, mostly these are oviparous. That means which is laying eggs is called oviparous animal. That means mostly these arthropods are what? Oviparous animals. Okay, and examples of what arthropoda? The examples of arthropoda: Periplaneta americana, Peliman, cancers, so many animals around us, whatever we are observed, insects, all insects are belongs to arthropoda. I'm giving one 3 examples: Peliman and Cancer and Periplaneta americana. Okay, here also very important for NEET exam. Economically important insects, which are gives money, economically useful to us. What are they? One is Apis dorsata, Bombyx mori, Caria. What is a Caria? Laccifer lacca. Laccifer lacca. Especially for we are using for sealing, especially for to seal any office or anything. We are using what? Caria. Caria is also insects. That name is Laccifer lacca, especially for useful for sealing in brown in color, thick brown in color, which are useful for sealing. And Apis dorsata, honeys, bees. Okay, Bombyx mori, especially for silkworms. And these are economically important, economically useful to us. Okay, and the vectors. What is the meaning of vector? You know very well about the vector. Vector means, for example, what is the meaning of vectors of common pathogens? Pathogen means disease causing organisms. Vectors means what? Which is passing one place to another place. This is the common passage, especially for vectors are the mediators. It is useful to passing. For example, communicable diseases is there. Communicable diseases. In that communicable diseases, who are infected person, disease transmitted from infected person to healthy person. For example, if you took malaria, the malaria is not belongs to malaria. Anopheles mosquito. Anopheles mosquito is the example of arthropoda. Anopheles mosquito, first it bites infected person who are having malaria. Infected person, again that Anopheles bites what? Healthy person. Just it is a mediator. It is transmitted pathogens, infected person to healthy person. That is we can call vectors. Here vectors are Anopheles, Culex, Aedes, mosquitoes. These are we can call vectors. Okay, so many, so that we will observe vectors. What type of vectors in these animals, in this arthropoda? Anopheles, Culex, cause of elephantolysis, filaria, and Aedes, dengue fever. Okay, these are especially, these are the vectors. Some are useful as a vector, but it is harmful to us. These are vector means what? Which transmitted diseases from healthy person to infected person. And one more very very important, living fossil, which is called living fossil in arthropoda. The living fossil in arthropoda, living fossil means what? Especially for fossil means what? Ancient, that is old. But whatever organs is there millions of years ago in that animal, same type of what organs and same structure, it is not evaluate anything. So that living fossil is what? Limulus. Remember, very important, in arthropoda which is called living fossil, that is Limulus, especially for Limulus. And and gregarious pest. Gregarious pest means what? For example, recently we are observed what? Grasshopper. They are moving, these are the pests, especially damaged crops. They are moving in a group. That means they are not moving in single. At a time they are moving in a group, they are damaged, at a time it damages the crops. Which are moving with other pests. That is we can call gregarious pest. Losarta, grasshopper, nothing but Losarta. It is also especially for harmful to the human beings and crops. Okay, so the gregarious pest is what? Locust. Okay, these all are belongs to what? Especially for arthropoda. Please take down the characteristics of arthropoda.